Alright, what's up, guys? Here with the first match of the Uncharted 2 Nostalgia Tournament. Um, I'm being joined on this commentary by tournament host and Odyssey player Monster1215. Say hi, Monster.
What's up, everyone?
And Odyssey player Random.
What's up, guys? Good to be here.
Alright, we're getting into it now.
Starting off the first match on Temple. Best of 7.
We're watching Wesker here, and before we started recording, you guys said Wesker kind of fucked things up for you and start.
Yeah, the whole game plan was I was going to go down to bottom green, and then I was going to wait on Wesker and shoot him in the back when he grabs the hammer. Well, he decided to stop before he picks up the hammer and throws a grenade to middle, which he's never done in the past, because we studied this over and over and over.
Yeah, we literally did.
So he decides to do something else, and he gets a kill through middle, and so I'm just standing at bottom green behind the wall like a retard, and everybody up top's getting wiped, so... And then he comes in with a nice double down right there. It was a mess the whole beginning.
Borba got a huge kill up top, too, and let them get RPG. That was really nice.
Yeah, and luckily we got a lucky break, and I think 2 of us spawned on Catwalk, and that allowed me to push up through middle, and then we sort of wiped, I think, 3 of them and took back control.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I've seen a lot of that throughout the tournament, actually, and Monster, I think I was telling you about how it's obvious how long a lot of people have been out of the game, where they'll leave Catwalk open, or allow that Catwalk spawn.
Yeah.
That's something that you would rarely ever see when back in 2014, 2013 days.
Yeah, the same thing happened in the Sky match where 1337 played Sky. There was a really pivotal spawn on Catwalk that completely fucked over Sky, I believe.
Yeah, and like the whole direction of the match just changed just like that. Someone gets a little overzealous and is in the wrong place and opens that spawn.
Yeah, it's crazy how spawns can just change.
Yeah, it only takes a second to walk down that ramp, and then they spawn on the opposite side.
Right.
And I think that's what happened here in this match. With me and Wezzy spawning on Cat. He walked down for a second and spawned right behind him.
Yeah, it really can be up to fate sometimes.
And what we were trying to do a lot too was block the spawns. So if we got trapped in green, we would try to stand in the spawn points to force us to spawn somewhere else to try and catch them by surprise. Because if we just constantly keep spawning in the green, then that's not going to
Then there's no chance at all. None. Yeah. Especially against a really good team, an experienced team.
Yeah. I mean, not even just trying to influence the spawn, like literally force it by standing in the spawn points.
Yeah, literally. We were standing in the spawn point, like on the spawn.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we'd call it out, so like on Plaza versus Ares, when they took control, we had everybody run into the spawn points, like up top, below, in each corner.
Yeah.
And it forced Khan to spawn over at Hammer and shoot him in the back.
Khan is Ryuga, for those of you that don't know.
Yeah. And then with that, we were able to push through Hammer, and once that happened, they're all focused on Hammer. And like me or Random will go through Desert and get behind him that way.
Yeah, blocking the spawns. It's a really key strategy that we use.
We spent a lot of time like practicing takeover strategies and stuff too, which I feel like a lot of teams these days have no clue how to do that. And
none at all.
When you play them, it's kind of obvious.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so you guys have what, top green control right now, or no?
We have Catwalk and green.
Yeah, and green. Yeah.
Okay, so
we like to have someone stand out atop red and kind of like force their spawns in red.
Mm-hmm.
But with Khan playing green pillar, Bosma's technically red pillar, so we have 2 of them watching Desert and watching red at the same time. You can see me coming down, looking down from Catwalk.
Yeah.
Random playing Catwalk is like a cheat code, because you can't get them off a Catwalk unless you have an RPG. So it just works really well that way.
Yeah, I had a really nice strategy for catwalk camping that I developed over the years of playing like 8,000 2v2s in my career. And it's really simple, honestly. Like essentially, all I would do when somebody would push up catwalk is every single time a player would rush catwalk, the defending player that was on catwalk, he would immediately go up the shotgun stairs and try to fight him face to face. But I would never do that. I would just sit at the very bottom of the steps on the front side of catwalk, and I would wait. And what would happen was the player that rushed catwalk, he would go up shotgun stairs waiting for me to come, and I just would never come. And at that point, more players from the other team would come out of the top base, and I would shoot at them. I wouldn't even care about the guy on catwalk. I would try to kill the guys pushing into our RPG room, and what that did was that gave my teammates a bunch of time to come up and help me kill the guy and double team the guy on catwalk. And it worked out pretty much every single time, and nobody ever figured out a way to counter it at all.
Right.
It was really, really successful.
Because if they get RPG realm, then they control who gets the catwalk.
Yeah, exactly. And hardly
Doors
ever
open.
did the guy that pushed catwalk come looking for me. He would always just bunny hop up at the top of the stairs and wait for me to come. But
Yeah,
I never went.
kind of keep the floodgates open when you keep the RPG room kind of cleared out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were right behind their team as they were pushing in because we're spawning bottom by hammer or we're spawning in one of the hallways. So as soon as we push up, we're right behind them, and they're all focused on him on cat.
And it's a double whammy too, because the guys on the other team that are coming into RPG room, they see that there's a guy that one of their guys is in shotgun room, and they automatically think that that guy is going to be battling me in shotgun room, but so they let their guard down, and I immediately just melt them in RPG room.
Right. Now they have top green control.
What'd you say?
They got top green control now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
they were able to push up because the way they push is they try to force 4 guys up one hallway, and there's Wesley's the best foul player I've ever seen. So him not being able to do anything, him not being able to do anything is not his fault. There's literally 4 guys pushing him, and as you can see right now, they're pushing up red. You can see Wesker, Gwenna, and Borba. They're all pushing up red together.
Yeah.
Probably going to go for Catwalk here in a minute.
Yeah. And they did the same type of strategy in the matches they played in the semifinals versus Sky. And so we were somewhat prepared for this. So we kind of knew it was coming. The only counter strategy we could really think of was having the guy on desert. As soon as they started to push up red or green, the guy on desert would jump down and shoot him in the back. But we never really got to use it in that scenario. But it's all good. It worked out in the end.
And right there was just a solid double down by Bosna. Came out of green spawn and unfortunately wasn't quick enough to save me, but he got the guy at top green and held him over by hammer. And Khan was very important in this match. Because
Absolutely.
Usually his positions don't allow him to get too many kills. He gets quite a few, but usually Boston's at the top or something like that. But on this map, he was literally carrying us on his back with the amount of kills he was getting.
Yeah, for sure.
Tremendously.
And I think 1337 did a really good job on this map of being really selective and careful with their pushes. Yeah, I feel like some teams and some people, when they lose control, they get really antsy and they try to force something to happen, and in turn they just end up dying in really dumb ways or just dying in general. But I feel like they worked really well together, and they were very, very careful. They were still aggressive, but they were very careful with it, and that in turn kept the score really close, and it was a very competitive match.
Yeah, that's why I loved versing these guys in the final, because of the history, because we all know each other. I mean, AX is the only, like, new name.
He was still there by Lester.
Yeah, that was pivotal. But, like I was saying, with AX, he's, like, a newer name. I mean, many people don't know him. Like, he was, like, Hurricane GT15 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
So, like, we've seen his name before, but never in, like, a competitive scene. But he's a very good player. But 1337 playing against them in the final, it was kind of like a destiny thing. Like the two teams have been around for full of members who have been around forever. It feels
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
It took me a while to get that out, but I got it out.
That's all that matters. And I also feel like they did a really good job of, like, they never really had control the whole match. I feel like Odyssey, our team, had map control for a majority of the match, but it still felt like we were always behind. It still felt like we were always trying to play catch up, and I feel like that was in large part to they got the lead, and then after that they weren't overly aggressive to try to take back control. I feel like most teams, like regardless of whether they had the lead, then they have the lead or not. Tying back into what I said earlier, that when they lose control, they just automatically get antsy and they want to take back control. They want to take back Catwalk and RPG Room and so on and so forth. But 1337 did a really nice job of having the lead and keeping the lead by not being overly aggressive. Like when they had the hammer, they took advantage of the opportunities, but they never blindly rushed to try to take back control.
Right. It's kind of like a quicksand thing, isn't it? Where it's like the more you like struggle and panic, the worse it's gonna get. So you have to slow it down and wait for like the opportunities and just pick players off until you get an opening.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, they conserve their ammo with every power weapon too. Like in some points, you can see like two of them will have a hammer at one time. So
Yeah.
that means they're holding on to it for, 3 minutes between each one?
Exactly.
And they're not just running up there wasting the shots and then camping again. They were holding on to the weapon, waiting to load up, just so they can push us.
Here's Random with the OG goat booster turtle.
Camping on Catwalk like an OG goat.
Yep. Temple was the only match I used Turtle on because I figured it could be really helpful if we ever lost top control, that I could grab the riot shield and like every time somebody picks up the riot shield, everybody immediately focuses on that guy, and I figured it'd be really useful in having my teammates come in from behind while they're distracted on me. But we had control pretty much the whole game, so it was useless, but it was a good thought.
People can joke about it, but turtles, if you know how to use it right, the riot shield is huge for
absolutely.
Red, green, or just coming up middle.
Absolutely, yeah. And I believe it was Ticemac that would always used to use it, and he had this like insane strategy that was super effective, where he would just be fast as shit with the riot shield, but he'd have a foul on his back. And every time like somebody would start to shoot at him and he saw an opening, he would just quickly switch to the foul, two-burst him real quick, and grab the riot shield again. And even if he missed, he was still safe but with the riot shield, but most of the time he'd kill him. So yeah, Turtle's definitely a really good booster to have if you know how to use it. I agree 100%.
Yeah, not a lot of people winning foul gunfights with Prime Ticemac.
Probably not.
Alright. Yeah, now they have another hammer here, so... 3 people?
Always Wesker.
Yeah. He really went off on this match. He usually does
did
on
great
Temple.
all tournament.
Yeah. He's a very good player.
I think he was right up at the top in kills per game, and maybe assists or KD, but definitely, I know he was number 1 or 2 in kills per game.
It's okay, me and Weezy were top and KD, you know. Casually just chilling.
I was perfectly average.
Hey, man.
In my performance.
Sometimes it's all it takes.
Yeah.
That was exceptional.
You've had your glory moments. It was other people's time to shine, right?
Exactly.
With your 9 tournament victories, or whatever the fuck it is.
Before this, I guess 12, you could say.
Oh, sorry. I underestimated.
Yeah. If you include that World Cup that I played on another account, it's 12.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. RPG here. Now, 1337 have only really tried to make one push, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much.
When they went up the hallways and they kind of...
Yeah.
And they're up 5.
Yeah, but I believe the score was tied then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at this point they have the lead. They're just waiting it out, trying to play the clock.
Of course,
And
just trying to trade kills.
yeah, and it was kind of like the reason why they held the lead was because knowing that that's their strategy, we tried to get picks and just pick them off every now and then. But it's not as easy as it seems all the time.
No, not with that.
Yeah, and right now, like other than the that one point we talked about where the Catwalk spawn opened up, everything tactically on like both teams is pretty flawless right now. Like they're playing perfectly.
Yeah, their
I agree
ability
100%.
to fight, their ability. Pulling the entire map and the entire map.
RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice kill by me. I just want to shout that
The
out.
Catwalk's the most in the entire game. Any map, Catwalk is the most dominant position in of all.
Yep, you got the high ground, and their ability to keep up with us, and essentially they're beating us while we had control is just it just shows how good of a team they actually are.
They're doing everything right now.
Yeah. And I feel like we prepared for a lot ahead of the matches, but what they're doing now is one thing we didn't really prepare for. Like, we never sat down and were like, all right, if they just sit and camp when we have control, what do? We never said that to each other.
Yeah.
And it's showing a little bit.
Well, we never prepared to have complete control for the entire game.
Exactly. We went over retake strategies and everything because we really expected to be out not control because we're a group of 5 people who know each other, but we just kind of threw this team together for the tournament.
Yeah, and so literally.
We were expecting to do a lot of retake strategies and get kills that way, not hold control the entire match.
Right, because Catwalk usually decides the match. It's usually decided right then and there. You get control, just don't fuck it up, and you got it.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why that initial push is so important. And if you watch how we did it, we completely fucking blew that.
So credit to us for not completely shitting the bed after a really bad start. So that was a good comeback in more ways than one, which you'll see later.
We were down six kills to 1 right after that initial beginning of the match, and we ended up bringing it back to tying 7-7. So it's I guess.
Yeah, when we got wiped, dude, literally for a split second, I was like, "Well, there's the whole tournament. We just lost." I swear to God, I was like, "Fuck, dude, we're gonna lose."
Yeah, I thought the momentum just stopped there.
Yeah, it really did.
Oh, right here, you'll see Gwynemax is at bottom red. I'm in red base, and I didn't know Gwynemax was bottom red, so you're going to see... I'm in that box. See, I'm coming down. I'm just going to fucking sit there, and then he's going to throw a nade and kill me, and I was so pissed at this because I had no idea where he was. I remember yelling at that. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I think Wezzy is top red, and he didn't know he was there either, so he's been there for quite a while.
Right.
Just chilling.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like hide and seek in a way.
Yep, that was a nice kill on Bosnia. I think this is me bottom red.
Yeah, honestly, just like huge props to everyone from 1337 because they all did fucking awesome the whole tournament.
Yeah, they did. Especially for them coming back, kind of like what we did.
Right.
They took a break for a little while.
Oh yeah.
And then they came back for this tournament.
Right,
so
and they're more than a couple teams who have still been frequent on Uncharted 2.
Aries. But I won't name any names.
Yeah.
Alright. So
yeah, they were another good team. I'd say Aries was, but I feel like their confidence was a little too high.
Yeah.
considering, I mean, they haven't really done anything.
Pretty much.
So, to think, oh, look at this kill. This was fucking magnificent, by the way. I just dodged all his hammer shots and knocked him over with a nade.
So we just saw 137 make a little bit of another push. And then
they got stuffed.
Yeah, random. That was a huge grenade on Wesker on the pillar there.
Thank you.
Because that they probably would have kept going out there because you guys didn't. You guys haven't regained complete control, and Wesker has a position there. He could have laid cover fire while other people tried to get on the catwalk, but you immediately naded him out of there. It was huge.
And their confidence gets really high when Wesker's in a position where he's like infiltrated us. If he's like in the top area, then they're all gonna come. Let's say like if someone else were, then the chances of them coming out are a lot slimmer because Wesker is a tank. Like he can literally take out like 2-3 of us in an instant.
Right, he has a huge like multi-kill potential.
Yep, exactly. On this part, I was able to push bottom, and now we have them trapped in green, which is what our initial game plan is to have me at bottom, somebody with me around desert area, and 3 up top. So you'll see Conzo on the left.
Yeah, this is like textbook full map control, like pinned in green.
Yep, and that's what we were aiming for. But you know, when they got 3 of them rushing out on us, throwing nades and everything, it's
again they're playing it right.
And here's my dumbass running back down, even though everybody retreated back up. Nice nade.
Yeah, that was a big one. Good job, baby.
Nice kill by Random.
Thank you.
And Wezzy, having him top hallway is so beneficial to us because his foul, like he'll hit you and you start moving slower. I don't know if anyone's ever experienced that.
Yeah, it's stopping power. Yeah.
Like he hits you and you start moving slow. So as soon as you come out of that hallway, he hits you with 3 bullets and he doesn't miss. So you start running at like a snail's pace. And in that moment, you got to think, what do I do? Do I keep running out there or do I have to retreat? So he was stopping them from running in when it was just two of them up there between Random and Wezzy. And Wezzy's Tess-up, if anybody doesn't know. So every time I say Wezzy, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I agree. Weezy and I really were like the perfect wombo combo to have at
definitely.
Yeah, the top spot because I feel like half the time when they rush Catwalk, they're not getting the Catwalk because Weezy's going to fuck them up, and even if they do, they get outsmarted by yours truly.
Exactly.
All right, so it's tied 42-42 right now, and pretty much the same positions that we had when you guys got control.
All match?
Yeah.
Pretty much. But is your guys' strategy at this point changing at all? Or are you just trying to run it back, but be a little bit more cautious this time? Just do it a little bit better.
At this point, we have like right here was this is the moment we thought we were done.
Yeah,
right
100%. I thought there was no coming back from that at all.
And we're
minute
like,
left.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
we're like, we just lost.
Yeah.
You know, we're already like, if you listen to Random's live stream of the match on his channel, you'll hear all of us just got down immediately as soon as that happened. We're like,
we're pretty sure we were silent for a good like 15 seconds. And then we're like, all right, don't give up.
Exactly. We had to boost each other back up after that.
Yeah. And we knew as soon as they got those kills, they were immediately running down and hiding behind a fucking wall somewhere.
Oh yeah,
this is the part
we
where
thought we were completely fucked.
Well, that's important though, because I'm sure you guys have played with so many players like this where that happens and the other 3 players would be fucking losing it.
Oh, absolutely.
They would be losing their shit.
You gotta remain calm for sure.
And it would be done then. That would just end the match. Those vibes, that would kill it.
Oh, definitely.
You can't underestimate the mental game.
Yeah, that's why this team was so good, though, is because we all been here forever, it feels like. I mean, Random and Wezzy been here from the very beginning. I started
Another
playing.
day at work.
Yeah, I started playing competitive in 2011, so that's 8 years ago. So we've
Yeah.
all been through it, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
So we know, and we all been part of successful teams too. It's not like we
Right.
just
Yep.
played.
And it's a big
competitive.
fucking tournament. Like, you get, understandably...
All right, this is
it would be
the biggest part of the
understandable because
entire
we're
thing.
fucking
This
Yeah.
is the biggest
Yeah,
part
we're
of
still
the
down
entire
2
match.
with like 20 seconds to go.
Osner runs down there and he's getting a triple right now. Right in the final second of the game, we tied at 48-48.
That's gotta be hype as shit.
Oh, dude, we were fucking
Dude,
screaming. We have no
were
idea how we did that.
Screaming when that happened. That was amazing. I couldn't believe that it turned out that way, and we were able, because we were talking, we're like, we have to do this push, we have to do this push, we have to do this push.
Yeah, block.
Yeah,
We ended
and
up
it just
doing
worked
this
out
push.
perfectly.
And I ran out, I died, but I was calling him out. Random was at
I was on
middle
desert.
stairs, I think, and Wezzy came.
Yeah.
Oh, you were at desert, so
Yeah.
Wezzy was middle stairs, and he came down, and he was shooting somebody, and he rolled away to avoid dying, and that's right when Bosma turned and killed.
Yeah, and killed the last guy. Yeah. Yeah, like I wasn't hopeful of that push at all. We were fucking down 2 kills. They had like 47 kills, I think. So there was literally 3 kills left in the entire game. There was 20 seconds left. I thought at the very best we were gonna get a bunch of trades, and they were still gonna end up winning because they were up by 2. So I thought for sure we were gonna lose. I thought no way that was gonna work, but somehow we just clutched up and managed to tie it right at the very end, right at the last second. as soon as that 48 kill hit, we were like, "Don't die! Nobody die! Nobody die!" And it just.
Dude, we all just took cover somewhere and just waited the last 2 seconds of the match. We're like, there is no fucking way we just did that.
That top tier leader shit. Don't die!
That moment right there completely shifted the momentum of the entire thing.
Oh, absolutely.
We were so hyped
Yeah.
after coming back from losing all match
Yeah.
that even though it was a tie, we didn't win, but
Yeah.
we shifted the momentum in our favor. So going into the next few matches, you can tell that we were just basically a better version of ourselves going into the next match.
Right.
Absolutely.
It was their match to lose. They had it in the bag.
Yeah, and they definitely probably felt some type of way after winning the whole game and then losing, or not losing, but not winning in that fashion.
Yeah, because they did everything
Complete
right.
momentum shift. I agree.
Right.
I agree with Monster. Complete momentum shift. And after that, we were hyped as shit. Like, we were on fire, rip-roaring, and ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
Huge moment.
We couldn't wait
in
to
the
start
entire
the
tournament.
village match after that. We're like,
Yeah.
all right, let's go, let's go.
I'm looking at the scoreboard here. You guys said Wesker 18 kills. Fucking crazy.
Nuts.
You guys had 21 assists. Huge.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, like you can see with Wesker, like his score influences the team so much. Like without him, like I'm not saying that 1337 isn't good, but he is definitely a game changer when it comes to their team.
Definitely a driving force.
Yeah.
Yeah. If 1337 had, I mean, Wesker was right up there in the MVP conversation coming into this. It was.
Oh yeah.
Like, definitely he was the candidate for their team.
Oh yeah. I agree. And Gwynemax too. Gwynemax is really good. Like, if you play against him, you can tell how he plays and stuff. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's great.
And it's intimidating having both of them together.
Yeah.
Because when I first came back, I started a team, and they were both on my team, so I know exactly how they play. And knowing we were going into this final versus them, and I was like, oh man, I says, if we control Wesker, we'll have a chance, but then there's also Gwynemax right there behind him, so we have to find a way to control both of them if that's possible.
Right.
And we managed.
It's like shutting down Naruto Doom, and then you have Freddy, then you have Tice.
Exactly, it's one after another.
Great. Crazy. Alright, anything else for this match?
For this match, nope. I think that's
Nope,
it.
I think that does it for Temple. Let's move on to Village.
Alright, on the Village. Thanks for watching, guys.
Peace.